Good evening and welcome to NewsDive. It's 6 p.m. on Monday, August 11th, 2025. Here are today's top stories from Sri Lanka and around the world. In politics, President Anura Kumara Dissanayake chaired a meeting to review this year's budget projects related to agriculture, livestock, land, and irrigation, while also discussing pre-budget proposals for 2026. Meanwhile, a petition has been filed at the Supreme Court challenging the constitutionality of the President's Entitlements Bill, which seeks to revoke privileges of former presidents. The Constitutional Council is set to decide tomorrow on the appointment of a new Inspector General of Police. The Committee on Public Finance criticized the Finance Ministry and Attorney General's Department for missed deadlines and found the proposed Gambling Regulatory Authority law inadequate. The Alankai Tamil Arasu Kachi has called for a hurdle on August 15th in the north and east, protesting alleged military brutality. In law enforcement, 3 suspects were arrested in connection with a shooting in Borella that killed 2 people. Police also arrested a resident accused of helping a shooting suspect escape custody. However, the Bribery Commission and Colombo Crimes Division are struggling to arrest former Minister Rajitha Senarathna, Venerable Rathana Thera, and Thuzitha Halolua over corruption and political abduction investigations. Turning to international relations, Australia announced it will recognize a Palestinian state at the upcoming UN General Assembly in September, following similar moves by the UK, France, and Canada. Australian Governor-General Samantha Joy Mostyn concluded a successful 3-day official visit to Sri Lanka, engaging with government and education leaders. Sri Lanka expressed deep concern over Israeli military actions in Gaza, including the killing of Al Jazeera journalists near Al-Shifa Hospital. Meanwhile, the UK and Canada plan to table a new United Nations Human Rights Council resolution on Sri Lanka, expected to be softer than previous ones. On the economic front, Sri Lanka has welcomed over 1.4 million tourists so far this year, with tourism earnings surpassing $2 billion in the first 7 months. Cargill's Group reported a strong first quarter, with a 46.3% year-on-year increase in profit after tax, driven by growth in retail, FMCG, and restaurants. Foreign holdings in Sri Lankan rupee treasuries have crossed 100 billion rupees for the first time since February 2024. The Colombo Stock Exchange will host the Invest Sri Lanka Investor Forum in Singapore soon. Private sector borrowings reached a peak of 221.5 billion rupees in June. Sri Lankan officials and exporters are discussing strategies to address the 20% U.S. tariff imposed under the Trump administration. The central bank fined 1 bank and 2 casinos a combined 6.5 million rupees for anti-money laundering and counter-financing of terrorism non-compliance. A group of over 50 top lawyers has assembled to challenge the government's move to deprive former presidents of their entitlements. In new business developments, Carmart launched the Peugeot 2025 range in Sri Lanka. The DBL Night 2024 event recognized sales excellence nationwide. LAUGFS rubber and dipped products won gold awards for export excellence, and Higher by a Bonds appointed former cricketer Tilakaratne Dilshan as its brand ambassador. In Law and Order news, police foiled a plot to assassinate the notorious underworld figure known as Harak Keita, with the would-be assassin disguised as a journalist. Another underworld figure, Wallace Keita, was seriously injured during an escape attempt from custody. Police also seized ambergris worth over 5 million rupees from a suspect in Divulapedia. The Government Medical Officers Association suspended a planned island-wide strike after talks with the Health Ministry. On health and environment, experts warn of a rise in leptospirosis, commonly known as rat fever, especially among children during school holidays. Human-elephant conflicts have worsened, with 4 wild elephants killed recently in Anuradhapura and significant crop and property damage reported. A fire was quickly extinguished on a fishing trawler at Gale Fisheries Harbor, averting a potential disaster. Weather forecasts predict showers in western, northwestern, Sabaragamuwa, and Uva provinces, as well as in districts including Nuwara Eliya, Kandy, Ampara, Batticaloa, Gale, and Matara. In sports, Rumesh Tharanga set a new national javelin record by throwing 86.5 meters at the World Athletics Continental Tour in India, securing direct qualification for the World Championship. The Sri Lanka under-20 rugby team advanced to the semi-finals of the Asia Rugby Emirates U27s in India after a perfect group stage. Australia's Tim David and Josh Hazlewood starred in their country's record 9 consecutive T20 international wins. Yvonne David became the first Sri Lankan to compete in FIA Formula 3, marking a milestone in national motorsport history. In other sports news, Japanese boxer Qatari tragically died after a fight due to a brain injury. Sri Lanka will host the Lanka Premier League in November and December. Trinity College won the Dialogue Schools Rugby League for the first time in nearly 4 decades. In entertainment, Hiru Media Network won multiple awards at the Global Business Excellence Awards 2025, including Most Popular TV Channel for Hiru TV, Most Popular Radio Channel for Hiru FM, and Sajitha Anthony was named Most Popular Teledrama Actor. Internationally, Jackie Chan received the Career Leopard Award at the 78th Locarno Film Festival in Switzerland. Indian actress Tamanna Bhatia is visiting Sri Lanka for a commercial shoot, marking one of several visits to the country. Meanwhile, Michelle Gomez responded to backlash over her casting in the Harry Potter audio series, amid controversy surrounding author J.K. Rowling's views. In breaking news, a 6.1 magnitude earthquake struck Turkey's Balıkesir province, killing 1 person and injuring dozens. On Sri Lanka's southern expressway, 3 people were injured after a lorry crashed and caught fire near Kurundagaha Tekma. A Vietnamese woman drowned while swimming at Morigala Beach. Sri Lanka Railways denied social media claims of financial losses due to empty reserved compartments. And in a fascinating scientific development, a meteorite older than Earth itself has been confirmed to have struck a home in the United States. That wraps up your NewsDive update for this Monday evening. Thank you for joining us. Stay safe and have a pleasant night.